Hello. Today is May the 12th, 2016, and it's time for a garden update. It's been a while since I gave you the initial one, and I want you to know that things have been growing nicely, except we've been getting a lot of rain and thunderstorms, and some people have lost their entire gardens because of hail. Thankfully, I have not. But because of the way the weather has been, it's been hot and then it was cold and then it was hot and then a cold front came through. And it hasn't been warm enough for my peppers. So my peppers are kind of stunted, but I'll take you in the garden. But one of the things, I just came out in the back here, and what I saw was this little animal scurrying along my fence line, and it has a long tail, which it's not a squirrel, it is a rat. And I know there's been a lot of people that have been talking about, rats in the area and trying how to deal with them. And I really hate to have to put out poison for them, but I don't want rats in my garden. I don't want that. So I'm going to figure out a way. And I don't know if I can get a trap from the city, but I think I'll check with the city about how to get rid of them and stop them. I mean, hey, this is a food supply, right? So let's go take a look in the garden. I've done a few things since I last talked to you. Here's another tomato plant, and I put it in a clothes basket, yes, and it's got a little thing to catch the water, but I'm gonna keep some water in it because it gets watered from the bottom, just like my grow bags over here. So let's take a look now. So it's a nice size, and it is a Heinz tomato. So it's the tomatoes that Heinz ketchup uses for its tomatoes. So I saw it, I couldn't resist it and bought it. And this particular plant, last time you saw it, it was way down here at the bottom, all right? And I've got flowers, and one of the things that I do is I shake the bushes so that the flowers can be fertilized. In fact, let me pause for a moment. Okay, I'm back. So what happened is I got this toothbrush at the dollar store, and what it is, it's a battery powered, talking, $1. It's a battery powered toothbrush, and what you do is you just put it on the flower, and what it does, it kind of duplicates what the bees do. Right now I've got a few flowers here just starting on these. Now remember, this was that planter that I didn't use for multiple years because I wasn't sure about it, but these are doing pretty good. They're not growing as fast as some of the others, but it's putting out flowers, and that's what counts. Okay, turn this off for a moment. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's talk about my peppers, right? So the peppers are getting bigger, but they're not as big as they could be. Like, there's this pepper right there. It's a little bigger, but then I have this one that was planted at the same time, and it doesn't seem to be moving. And then that one's big, and then this one right here is small. So what I did was I came over and I planted banana peppers. So this is a banana pepper, this is a banana pepper plant, because the pepper plants in that spot just were not growing. And this happens to be, there was two of them in the thing, and I didn't separate them, I just left them. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, that's it. And so this is one that I topped. So you see the coming off from the sides. We've got new shoots, and here's my basil, which is much bigger, stevia. All right, let's take a look at the tomato plant. So this one in the back is really small. These two were planted at the same time, so I'm still trying to figure out what the difference is. But I put more dirt up on the stem of this one, and it started growing a little bit. So maybe the root system wasn't quite as good as this. Mint, my potatoes, look, this is a huge, I get out the way of the sun. Look how deep that is. I've been adding dirt to this over and over. I need to add more so I can bring the bag up, but hopefully I'm going to get a ton of potatoes from that. Okay, so the sunlight is really blocking some of this, but again, I've got tomatoes that are growing real nice in these grow bags. I'm trying to turn that toothbrush back on so that I can take care of, some of these. See if any more flowers. There's flowers here, right? Look at them just vibrate. All right, so there's some flowers there. So wherever I see flowers that are coming up, I just do this. And that was something I learned by watching another YouTube video, right? And this pepper plant is big. So I'm expecting, and look, I got tomatoes, see? Right? Up in here, there's tomatoes. Well, you put it in the back there. See, tomatoes and tomatoes. So I've got tomatoes coming, which is really good. So they're growing, and it's getting better. And this is that where I just threw in a lot of seeds, and it looks like, let me taste it. Great parsley. Really good. And some kinds of greens. And in here somewhere is a tomato plant that's coming up, but we'll see how they go. And that's my peppermint. And there's another pepper plant that's having a problem. And don't say it's because of the greens. No, it should be growing anyway, as well as this pepper plant. The oregano is doing fine. The rosemary is doing fine. Of all the beans I planted in here, only 2 of them came up. And there's my cucumber plant that's growing really well. And there's that tomato plant that was shielded by the Russian kale. So the Russian kale is all gone. And now that tomato is getting the sun it needs. Here's another tomato plant. I wound up with so many tomato plants, it was ridiculous. So I've got them everywhere. My one little cauliflower, I just let it go. So I'm going to let it go to seed. Oh my, I had a wonderful cauliflower plant here. And that's what that thing came and ate my cauliflower plant. It was a beautiful cauliflower plant. Wow. Yes, I got to get rid of it. Yeah, I have no choice. I can't be coming out and finding my food eaten, right? Thing is eating my food, my cauliflower, my beautiful cauliflower. No, I'm not happy, right? I am not happy. Well, I can't argue too much. Maybe a cauliflower will come out on the side, but there are some other gardeners that have come out and all of their plants have been eaten down to the ground. So I'm going to have to do something about these animals. And I hate to do that. And so there's my cucumbers. Here's my spaghetti squash plant. But nope, we got to do something about this. And I'm not quite sure what is going to happen, but I'm going to take care of that. I also, in the meantime, grew some, I planted in here, and this is a little one, shoot coming up. I planted ginger. I read about planting ginger. Okay, that's a weed. All right, I read about planting ginger, and so I decided, and that's a weed. And here's another piece of ginger coming up. And how it, you can grow it in the house. So I made sure I put it in pots I could take in the house and be able to bring it in, because it takes 10 months for it to grow. Okay, so now I'm just a little bit upset because it was a beautiful cauliflower plant. He didn't eat the little tiny one that was there. He ate that one. They're going in and finding my food. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to put out some either traps or some food for them so that they'll stay out of my garden, or figure out a way to put up a cage or something. I'm going to have to do something because I can't have them eating my stuff. Anyway, that is the update for May 12th, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.